Hello and welcome back to EPIC46 with Intel. I'm joined by Bollard for the first time this event.
Yo, what is up, Heart? It's good to finally get to cast together.
I know.
I did like 3 series yesterday. I was like actually quite surprised how many I was on.
In the night.
We just didn't link up at all. But there were good games yesterday, and that first series today was an absolute banger.
Yeah. I do know that you missed the end of it.
Yeah, I'm really sad. I had to come down to come cast this current series, which I'm excited for. So I missed the final game, but you told me that Wiseman clutched up.
Just barely in a
3-2.
3-2. It was a little bit of a banger. I'll say that. It's well worth checking out when we push the VOD. Hopefully later on today. Yep. I normally have to go and find a production person and be like, can you push the VOD? We want to watch. So I'll try and do that this event as well. But today we're doing Raza Xyon as our game number 2 of the day.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're looking at another upper quarterfinal match. With the last upper quarterfinal that we look at on stream. The other 2 are being played as we speak upstairs. And then we'll be moving on to the series after this, which will be an upper semi-final match. But we don't know who's going to be in that until this one concludes.
Oh yeah. So it's we're removing the fog. We're unveiling. We're seeing.
We're
how
seeing
it's
the path, what the path to the final of EPIC46 with Intel is going to look like.
You know, some would say maybe a bit of an upset already. You know.
Yeah.
Because we kind of look at the bracket. We're like this game and this game. Because if everything goes how we think it will go.
Oh yeah.
These are the players in that slot.
Absolutely.
And it's not always the players you think it'll be that end up there. So
no. I mean,
goes to show.
Raza Xyon. Raza is obviously going in as the favourite. He's the number
3 seed.
3 seed. Yes, number 3 seed because Hydra is number 2 seed. Zane's number 1 seed. But yeah, Raza's going to go into the favourite into this. But Xyon's no slouch.
No, and I'm not dobbing him in. But Raza actually on this account, his MMR is probably about the same.
I'm not dobbing him in, but I'm going to reveal his MMR on stream.
But you can see it. So one is 5-2,
basically the exact same
something,
MMR
and
on
one's
these
5-2-2 something. So it's it'll be interesting to see. I think it's actually a closer match than it kind of looks on paper, or on a League Lac, or
The Seca brothers are known for perhaps obscuring their MMR from time to time. Hydra Games where in the chat? Well, hopefully, maybe after this one. Maybe the semi-final we watch after this will be a Hydra match. But for the time being, Hydra's got to win his upper quarter-final first.
That's absolutely right. And spawning in the top left of Pylon Ladder Edition is Xyon.
And down in the bottom right-hand corner, representing the Red Dragons and in the red trunks, as is required, it's Raza.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting to see, we kind of have a look at the MMRs, we have a look at, how people are doing, what we're thinking, how the players are looking, form-wise. And the MMRs say that, this is a really even match. But Xyon, tricky builds, as we're already seeing, Gas done, Pool on the way. So it's okay, that's something.
Yeah.
Raza, on the other hand, super solid, good macro, played a bunch of tournaments. He's a dab hand at this. He's played on these very tables.
Yes, he's inscribed his name into the Epic Land furniture, you might say.
Raza for number 2,
all time?
When you scratch your...
Not number 1, number 2 though.
High school girlfriend, number 2.
Raza Hearts Risky is definitely inscribed on a table somewhere in these very halls.
Yeah, as well as 10 kilos of chewing gum under one of them as well. It's
nasty, very
classic.
nasty.
So Raza actually, as long as I'm a little bit away from the minimap, didn't SCV scout. So he doesn't actually know what's going on so far in this game.
Right, yeah. Nothing interesting happening though, so he's not going to be too worried. He's going to late scout.
No hatch, there's link speed on the way. It's a little bit different.
Could be risky actually.
Yeah. I mean, he mostly now I think wants to see the gas timing, and if he'd done an earlier scout, he would have gone in and seen that. He would have been kind of on top of it.
Right.
As it is, he's going to arrive and see a late hatch, which tells you a lot, but does it tell you everything? Not so sure.
The Lings have gone the long way around as well to avoid the SCV coming through there, which is smart.
Yeah, and if he's lucky, they'll avoid the Reaper as well, because obviously this Reaper will be rallied straight across the map, and at that point, actually I think he just barely got in time. Yeah, so he sees the hatch, so he does keep the Reaper at home. Obviously, the worst thing is if the Reaper heads all the way across the map and gets to Xyon's base, while Xyon has Lings here and snipes this CC, that would be really bad for Raza. I was going for a bunker on the low ground. I actually don't love low ground bunker because the Link can kind of bust it. There's not enough DPS with the units that you have to hold this bunker.
Yeah.
High ground bunker is probably safer, but this isn't super all-in for Xyon. It's like a kind of early pressure.
And the boys are coming down to help out with this hold. With this army here, he should be pretty safe.
Yeah, this is exactly it. Well, kind of what I was saying is people over... I guess they think that the bunker makes them more safe than it actually does. Actually, maybe Raza falling for that trick here as well. All of these SCVs going down. Decent hold in the end. 4 SCVs for like, how many? Yeah, 9 lings. You can see it's like slightly a bad trade, but you have to think as well in this game, like, what it cost for him to get here.
Well, that's the thing, Xyon had to cut drones to make that happen,
Exactly
right? So, like, they've actually come out even on workers for now. Xyon will resume droning and ping ahead, though.
Yeah, exactly. But, yeah, in general, often with these openers, you can, like, delay your tech, and in this case, he hasn't delayed his speed because he obviously went for a really early speed. So as the game kind of progresses, the like Hellions are worse. Obviously, if you go for like early slowlings and then you're playing slowlings against Hellions, you're in a lot of trouble.
Yep.
Not the case in this game. So it's an interesting opener. I didn't see the exact timing. I expect it was like 17-16 or 15-14 if I had to pick 2 random Zerg numbers to shout at people.
Just picking nice numbers.
It's what we do as Zerg players.
12,
like,
14,
it's funny when
18, 9.
I just shout numbers at each other. People are like, yeah, I'll do that.
Of course,
yeah.
Yeah,
15, 15. Yeah, okay, I'll do that. It's like, everyone knows what it means.
The secret coded language of Starcraft.
Yeah, I think we need to talk to Hugo. I learned that Hugo has a degree in philosophy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we talk to him about private language and stuff like that. Is that Hegelian or something? I don't know. No, me neither.
It's beyond my understanding.
We'll get him on stream to give a lecture. That'd be
he's coming
today.
Thing
to do. Yeah. Going to be Roach follow-up. Like I said, the Hellions here are like the kind of scarier thing, so having Roach follow-up is really nice. That's an interesting tech choice.
Yeah, this is a fusion core.
Yeah, it's going to be BCs.
It's going to be cattle bruisers. I do love a cattle bruiser.
Yeah.
A LeVar Burton cruiser, if you will.
Yeah. See, that's a throwback reference.
Yeah, I only have the old Starcraft memes. I don't have the new stuff. So.
Yeah, they were better. They were better memes. He actually cancels the Banshee as well. So like, he maybe was faking like that this is a Banshee, and then didn't get speed, so it kind of became more obvious. Poking around with the Hellions on the other side, and there is. First BC on the way.
There it is on the way. Little supply block will be resolved in just a moment as well. But the BC is building at least. Yeah, you want the Marine to be supply block, not the battle cruiser. That's
exactly
for sure.
Right. It's always so irritating, isn't it, when you make a bunch of lings and you make a queen, and then like the queen is supply block, so go back and like cancel a ling to like actually get your queen out.
You lose the lava as well, don't you?
Yeah.
Sucks.
Annoying. So Raza is going to poke around with the Hellions. I really like this choice for Raza. The idea being that because he played one base for so long, his queen count is actually like slightly decreased for the whole game. So I'm actually going to get a bit of a scout off. This is already, like, even if he doesn't see this, it's slightly telegraphed because there's no speed on the way. Actually, Raza just cancelled. This was an armory. So this kind
also telegraphed when he saw that.
Yeah. I mean, even if he doesn't see it, he knows it's not like Banshee speed. So like, you kind of already know. I think he saw this as well. Easily. There was an armory on the way, and that is for like a Hellbat push. That's why he's got so many Hellions. He does cancel it. So I guess he isn't going to go for that like super all-in big push anymore, but we'll see. The VC is done. Oh, that's not a good teleport.
No, that's right on top of the Queens and a Spore Crawler. It's going to take a lot of damage. It will get away, but it is frustrating for Raza to not get any damage done with that first teleport.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say none. It did snipe one Creep Tumor.
Oh, sorry. I correct me, please, when I'm wrong.
Take the wins where we can get them. Yeah, really nice for Xyon so far. But in doing this, he's obviously been spending more into Queens and less into drones. So again, Raza not doing too bad on the kind of eco front.
Xyon did also hit a juicy supply block for that entire time, losing the Scouting Overlord. Actually put him down to 66 supply, and he built 6 Overlords at once to resolve that, so fair play.
A Laser Lord, that does happen. I do like this as well. Like, you do need these roaches because the alternative is that you're like, okay, I pull my Queens to the main, I defend the battle cruiser, and then there's a million Hellions in your bases, and you're like, okay, also I still lose. But the roaches obviously cutting into his eco, a little bit, not necessarily 100% what you would want. But it's definitely not a bad spot for Xyon to be in and kind of weathering the storm. It's funny things like this where you're like, this puts him behind, this is a little bit worse.
Yeah.
But he didn't lose the game on the spot, and you're like...
Yeah, exactly, yeah. It could have been a lot worse than it was, right?
Yeah, take the best pill that you can take, I don't know. That's the thing people say, I promise.
What are we looking at from Raza here? Is he looking for a timing push here? He's not looking to expand, right?
It might be Hellbat bio push behind this. Yeah, he's a little bit away from expanding at the moment, and at the moment investing big into bio. So this kind of play can go nicely into mech. In this case, isn't. He's like, nah, never mind. I'm gonna switch back
try and hit this one. Oh, sorry, I didn't see this. There was.
I'm
completely blind. I was looking for him to expand in the bottom left. I don't know what I was thinking.
I also thought he'd take this one. I don't play Terran, so...
No, absolutely no idea what we're talking about.
That's alright, never stopped us before.
Yeah, exactly.
Armory behind this, so yeah, I think this works nicely to over-explain, because you're getting 1-1, you're getting an armory to get 2-2 anyway. You've kept most of the Hellions alive from the early game, so it kind of goes nicely into a bit of a hellbat timing push with your bio.
For sure.
Xyon actually looking a little bit like he might be going aggressive. Nice little bits of value from the BCs for Raza.
Getting some value at long last from that BC. It's good to keep around as long as he doesn't lose it.
A big part of the value is that he can't come across with a lot of roaches and lings because the BCs will just like slowly whittle them down, kind of like a Void Ray in PvZ. Same kind of idea.
But I heard a Void Ray is a bad unit.
Skill raise. It's fine. It's fine. Xyon actually investing a lot into units, so the worker count is dead even because Xyon has a bunch of Ling, Roach, Ravager with Banes on the way. Raza going to be a little bit sneaky, and well, yeah, not sneaky, he's straight up the front, but like, you know, he's getting little bits of value where you can get it, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Being very annoying with the dropships, that's what we like to see from Raza. Keeping the Zerg honest, pushing back the creep, and potentially even threatening drops into the main or the natural. Yeah. Always good.
Yeah, I mean, you're just saying like, I'd prefer if you stayed on your side of the map. That would be better for me. Yeah. So you know, to do that, you have to put some army presence there. Bios go wide, but it did look shifty for a second. I was like, oh, maybe.
And like we said, he's able to helicopter lift up into the main. The Lings are the only thing coming round for the time being. The Roaches will take a long time to get all the way round because they've got to go the long way.
So it's just tiny bits of value. Like you're trading medevac energy for like a few Lings at a time, and it's just quite annoying.
And a creep tumor. Very importantly.
Sorry, he did also get another creep tumor. You're dead right.
Yeah.
So yeah, nice little bits of value for Raza. Raza's not the fastest player, but you know, still showing really nice multitasking at this point. You know, minerals are low, worker count going up, lots of macro.
Yeah, he's doing the split drops. This is what we love to see from Raza. You say he's not a high micro player, but he is very good with his control when it comes to two-pronged attacks. I think it's been one of his strengths, ever since his time at EPIC.
Yeah, this is absolutely true. I think it's all relative, right? Like compared to, maybe he's not as fast as me. Yeah. He might not be as fast as Xyon. He's not as fast as like the best players in the world.
Like you.
Is he like
and Xyon.
Is he as fast as is he faster than like the average Terran? Yeah, like by a long way. Like the average ladder Terran? Yeah. He's gonna be up there. Even still. The first investors are gonna come out. A fungal on this would be bad for Raza, but at least he does get some kind of idea of like what we're playing in this game, what's going on. I'd pick those up, but
no,
I think he thinks this is dead. Oh, never mind. He's pushing at the front. We completely missed. My bad.
Yeah, so got his attention split. Was concentrating on sieging up the tanks here, which are all going down at the moment to the biles.
Yeah, I mean, barely surviving. This is like the worst thing as a Zerg. When you get 2 biles, well, not the third that actually takes to kill it. A really nice position for Raza, and not going Xyon's way so far.
He's going to try and get this base, but it doesn't look like it's going to work out. The Roaches are pushing in back on top of the tanks again, but they're going to have to retreat for the time being. Yeah. Fungal did hit the bio really nicely.
Yeah, Xyon has Microbial Shroud, but he didn't actually use it, so it got changed in the patch. So that it does. All of your units that get affected by Microbial Shroud take less damage from all ranged sources. So it used to be anti-air only. Now it's any ranged unit.
Oh, nice.
Which is everything Terran has. In this case, he didn't use it, so he was just taking full damage the whole time. Not the best fight, not the cleanest, and in big part because Raza set his tank line so deep. Yep. So you kind of go, there's tanks here, I can clear those. But then you're like, oh, there's 2 more. And as a Zerg, you're like, I have to keep going. But it's like, that's how the Terran gets you, and they do start to bleed you out. This is an interesting spot for Raza. I do quite like it. So I'm going to come from a couple angles.
He's already got one base. He was trying to go for another one. Maybe got a bit greedy here with a good surround from the Zerg coming on the low ground. Is getting some of the tanks. Should be able to clean this up, but it's going to be very close.
Yeah, Raza just barely holding on and going to keep his kind of parade push going. The first Ultra is out, but Xyon GG's. Ooh. Yeah. I'm going to just check what the upgrades. Yeah, I mean, just no upgrades on the Ultra, so he has like 1 out, just barely in the background, and it like didn't even get to see battle.
No. Going to tap out there. I mean, losing that base, potentially losing the next one as well. It was going to be pretty hard to come back from that at that point. Raza up to 4 bases on his side of the map as well. Really dominating performance there. Pretty nice to see that Raza's still got it.
Yeah, I mean, I apologise for not seeing that push come across. We were like looking at the drop, oh, that's cool. And I think Xyon was maybe doing the same because he was clearing that drop out, and then suddenly there's like, oh, you're sieged, like basically right on top of me.
Yeah.
And this is
that's the power of the multi-prong attack. You can pull the Zerg player around, get them out of position, and then find an angle where you can get a really nice siege spot and take a base and really put the Zerg in a difficult position.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like Raza would be pretty happy with that one. He faced kind of an early aggro, took maybe a little bit more damage than he'd like, but ultimately, like we saw, even out that worker count quite well, and then just kind of snowballed from there. Good decision making, good micro, good macro. So kind of clean win, good clean win.
Good, clean win, absolutely. Be interesting to see if Xyon tries anything a bit different. Obviously, the series today are best of 5s, so that means more opportunities for players to throw in a cheese, keep their opponent honest, just keep them on their toes. But for now, we're up into map number 2. Would you like to introduce the players?
Playing in the top left of Incorporeal Ladder Edition, down a map but not out, is Xyon.
Cheeky extractor trick there as well. And in the bottom right-hand corner, in the red trunks, currently 1-0 up in this series, looking to make his charge into the upper bracket semi-final. Here's Raza.
Not to be too much of a sweaty nerd, but
yeah,
the 15 extractor trick thing I think is like the most theoretically optimal at the moment. So I think I'm going to do like extractor trick.
Give me the
overload
numbers.
15.
I want to see the spreadsheet.
I'm going to be honest, I haven't looked too much into it because it seems like such a minor like micro optimization that I can't really be bothered with it. Xyon in this game is not actually doing that. He's doing like a 15 hatch and then overlord and then 15 pool. So this is like a gasless, like more macro oriented opening.
Yeah, yeah.
It'd be interesting to see his plan here. Obviously this is really different from what he played in game 1. Game 1 was like pool, gas, pool, fast lings, go across the map, get a few worker kills.
It felt like that broke even, right, in the end.
Yeah,
it didn't feel like anyone was particularly worse off for the wear afterwards.
Yeah.
Decent hold from Raza, not as much damage as Hydra would have liked. Hydra?
Xyon.
Xyon would have liked. Hydra has an unfortunate name. Do you not agree?
As a Protoss player.
As a Protoss player, being called Hydra,
yeah,
it's kind of tricky. A little bit on the nose.
Tricky.
But anyway, apologies to Xyon for the confusion.
Raza going for an earlier scout. No, it's the same scout timing as in game 1. I think it worked for him. Obviously, he got the SCV in time to see that the hatch was delayed and go like, okay, keep the Reaper at home.
Keep the Reaper at home, yeah.
Bunker up, pull some workers down as soon as he knew what was going on, which is really interesting to see. I think against the worst player, it could get a lot more damage and then things start to get really bad.
Yep.
Like, obviously, if you're a worse player and you put the bunker, you're like, I've got a bunker, I'm safe. And then the lings come in, the bunker goes down. Well, now things start to snowball. Like, now the CC goes down. You have to rebuild on the high ground and push you back.
It was very important that Raza brought those 4 SCVs down to support. If he hadn't done that and just had one SCV down there building the bunker, like you said, it wouldn't have finished, would have lost the base, wouldn't have had the Marine would have died, because he was able to block with the SCVs to keep the Marine and the Reaper alive, or the Reaper onto the high ground. Yeah, really smart decision making there.
In this game, Raza pokes in. You can kind of abuse Terrans that do this, because they like poke in and see the hatch timing, but they don't fully scout, they don't fully know what's going on, but he does see it's an early hatch, so he's like, okay, stand on macro, send the Reaper across. I think Xyon did run some lings around.
Just
really
to be
nice
a little bit annoying, keep him
yeah.
honest. Might have to make this SCV pull back. Actually, it can probably finish the build before it dies, right?
I'm not 100%.
Oh, he does
Raza
pull it
doesn't
out.
think so.
And
yeah.
he loses it as well, that's frustrating.
Yeah, it's just really annoying for the Terran, and then you have to start doing like Marine Micro to ring around the roses there.
Good for Xyon. 1 click gets him like 100 clicks from Raza, so good. There's always that cost, right? You always talk about mineral cost, resource cost, unit cost. Attention cost is a real thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like we said, Raza isn't the fastest player in the world, so if you're using up some of his APM microing a Marine around to try and keep it alive to finish off your lings for free, that's a good trade.
No, you're exactly right. And like, on the other hand, the Reaper hasn't been across the map being annoying, sniping creep tumors and that sort of thing, so it's like... this is why pros often practice in Archon mode, where you have one player controlled by a few other people at the same time, right? Because then it's like, I'm playing against a GM Terran who's macroing, and a GM Terran who's microing, and a GM Terran who's defending. So it's like, that's better than any single player ever can be, because they are like on multiple fronts doing everything. We saw in this game, like Raza just pulled the Reaper all the way home, so like at least he didn't lose it, but he's not getting value out of it like 2 Razas playing on the same account would have done, you know. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
This is a really nice kind of style from Xyon. This is a more recent kind of play that a laser in particular has started playing. So it's like gasless, and then you put buildings at the front and just wall, and that's how you like stop the run-bys. Obviously, normal play, the run-bys are stopped by speedlings that can like dash in and grab the Hellions, but for this play you kind of bait them at the front and then full wall with the drone as and when you need it. Yeah, and in a similar deviation from game 1 we see the Banshee cloaking.
Banshee actually finishing this game. Cloak is being committed to, so we're going to see Banshees this time instead of the battle cruisers. The first Banshee's out on the map. I don't know where it went, but I
guess it's gone one of the sides. No,
it's just chilling at home. I think he's waiting for a second one and Cloak to finish, and then he'll send them across as a pair, which will be really nice.
Yeah, for sure.
Spores are going to be finished though by the time he gets across the map.
Yeah, and this is a nice little thing of like, he's expecting me to do it, so I should do it, and he'll make spores, and we won't get a huge amount of damage from it, but there's other utility to it. It keeps the Zerg honest, and in this case, there's so many roaches out already. Well, 7. It's not a huge number.
In a longer series, you don't want your opponent realizing, oh, they're not going to do this, so I can just skip my spores, right? Because then they get an eco advantage.
It's those little things that give you just little compounding advantages.
Exactly.
In this game, I really like the Banshees because it is like roach style from Xyon.
Yep.
So these roaches can't come across because the Banshees
they don't shoot up.
Yeah, exactly right. It is going to be, Baneling. So I guess it's like Roach Ravaging Ling Bane like we saw in game number 1.
Yeah, nothing too surprising there.
Yeah, both players getting into a decent kind of spot economically. Third CC floating over for Raza. Good work accounts. He's going for the bio again, so adding on a couple more racks and stim, that sort of thing.
Banshees are moving into the middle of the map now. Using their cloak to kind of skirt the edges of the mineral lines, pick up a few drones here and there.
Yeah, more than he should have got. Zion's Queen's a little bit out of position. This is like a kind of later Banshee timing, and in some cases that can like really catch you off guard.
6 now, and he's going to get a Queen as well.
Yeah, really nice.
Does he want to dive it? Is it worth diving the spore to get the Queen? I think so.
It is if it walks back.
One shot, right?
Tricky one. Does see the infestation pit that's coming out really quick from Xyon, which is really nice for Raza to get a scout on as well.
But you're not going to complain about 8 drones, are you?
No, that's way more than it should have got. So like a kind of weird Banshee timing or like a weird Banshee positioning, even when you're fully prepared for it and you were ready for it to come, then the game kind of changed. Now you're not ready for it to come.
Even the casters want to see Hydra.
Yeah,
it's just in my head. I can't get him out of my brain.
Yeah. I mean, I can't blame you. It's going to be one of the more exciting kind of matchups that we're going to see.
We'll definitely see Hydra on stream later today.
Yeah.
Potentially after this game.
Absolutely. And it's this we're building the hype. We get everyone.
I've never really looked at the changeling walk animation before it morphs. It's kind of incredible.
It is hideous, isn't it? It's crawling along, pulling itself around. I think we try and get everyone on stream and get spread the love, because as we get later into the tournament, obviously we are expecting Hydra to make a deep run, so we'll be bringing that later on. Nice bit of creep clearing. I mean, so many units here that shouldn't really have been allowed.
Yeah, not with such a small hit squad, right?
Infestation pit is going to go straight into fast hive. So like the idea with the roaches is that they make you super safe. They're not good and they don't scale, but they make you so safe in this kind of mid game that you can start to tech really hard. So this will be like adrenal lings and then ultras. So it looks like maybe a little bit wonky. It's like Ling, Bane, Roach, Ravager, Ultra, where you're like, oh, but shouldn't you be getting ranged upgrades? It's like, no, I'm getting melee and carapace upgrades into the like ultra play.
Yep.
And this is kind of like it's a good start. It's a nice start, especially matching up into what Raza is playing, which is like this standard bio tank sort of play.
Will Burrow be being used for burrowed banelings, like baneling mines, or?
It's an interesting thought. I'd love to see it. They're tricky to use because you have to kind of monitor them and keep an eye on them, and
it requires a lot of your attention.
It requires a lot of attention, but maybe not a huge like financial investment. It is a lot of attention taken to kind of focus and monitor what's going on around the map.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just such a nice utility to have the burrow, because you just park some lings in some of the outside bases and just be a little bit more annoying. Banshee's going to circle. Actually, these are not Banshees. These are drops. Over to the top right-hand side of the map. Xyon is massively out of position as he's starting to swarm through the middle of the map here.
There's only one siege tank back at home here, so there's a potential that Xyon could get a good push in here with not too much risk.
Yeah, I mean, mostly with this comp, I feel like you just want to start picking and sniping, and it's like, I can just get 3 bios on this and then run back, and I won't take huge losses, but I can keep the tank count quite low.
So whilst this attack's happening, Raza has sent in his drop in the top right-hand side of the map, going to pick up some creep tumors to begin with and try and snipe this base. Hydra in, Jesus Christ. Xyon is pulling all of his units back to deal with this. He doesn't want to try and push at the same time. The Lings will get there first, try and clean it up, but the medevacs will pick everything up and get away for the time being.
Really nice. Another 4 workers going down for just the 2 Marines went down in all of that. So it was like a few workers and a Queen. nice little bits of value.
I love the way Lings follow Medivacs. It just makes me chuckle.
Yeah. And it's whenever like they form a big circle
Yeah,
around
like
it,
a little
like
whirlpool.
Yeah, exactly. Raza actually going to start to move out. I think this is a really nice timing. Obviously, Chitinous on the way but not done. Ultra's on the way but not yet popped. So if Raza can get into a good position, start clearing this creep and get his tanks in, like, you know, up cliffs, maybe down cliffs, put it here and it will start shelling onto the high ground. Be a really nice spot for Raza to get
getting
into.
Xyon to pull back by sending that drop in at that time when Xyon was posturing just outside his base was actually pretty huge.
Yeah.
Because he could have taken a lot of damage. He
Big
didn't really have a lot
wraparound.
to
Xyon's
defend.
going to go for it. I think he'll move Commander Banes into the middle. Let's see how the Bane hits go.
Mostly
Pretty good so
tanks.
far. Tank count getting quite reset. These Ultras are not yet upgraded. That's why they absolutely melt here. So Raza going to keep taking this fight. He obviously can just put into Medivacs and dip as soon as he wants.
Yeah, decent starter step. He's still taking the fight because the Ravagers aren't really that strong in this fight,
Banshees
especially
are
with Stim
doing so
Marines.
well. Yeah, the Banshees actually put in so much work in that fight, just staying on top of the Ravs all that time. More Ultras going to come out. The problem here for the Zerg is that your Bane count is reset, so you need to run back so you can actually get some Banes on the way. Losing this +3 would be bad. Yeah,
Didn't need to.
Yeah, but still not the not the greatest trades. Not
Good
exactly
splits
what you
there,
want. He's styling. He's styling a little bit. I'll give it to him. He's kind of styling. There's a bit of aura going on.
He's aura farming. Old man micro hitting hard.
Yeah, Dad Gaming coming out. Does pick up and get out as these Ultras start to get into the middle of the map.
And we do see some Liberators on the way to augment this attack for the next wave, which should be interesting to see if he starts parking those in Xyon's mineral lines.
The lonely siege tank, forgotten about.
Forgotten siege tank.
It's like the Japanese soldiers that stay in the forest, like 40 years
50
after the
years
war's
after
ended.
World War II's ended, this
He'll
siege
be
tank
here
will
after
be
this
here.
game ends. He'll be like, I'm not going anymore. Yeah, Raza likes this position. Is going to start his push again. Libs onto this ramp are super annoying. There's not a huge amount here for Xyon. I think Raza kind of smells blood in the water. Again, though, the Zerg sort of setting up his multi-prong and going to see how the fight goes his way. But at the moment, I'm liking Raza. The supply doesn't lie.
No, he's looking in a commanding position again in this game. The Ultras are going to charge on in, try and get on top of the tanks, but they're all really nicely spread out. One Ultra goes down, two more looking low.
Yeah, really nice kiting back for Raza. He does lose the Banshees finally, but they're getting a Medal of Honor pinned on their chest by the president. I guess not, because they're dead, but there's other families or something. I don't know.
Yeah, the good number of Marauders here are going to make mincemeat of these Ultralisks, which is really nice to see.
Yeah.
The Queens are coming out now. It's desperation time for Xyon. He's not really got anything to hold this push
Clearing
back.
this creep is so painful as well, because he's just like stuck in this middle point. A base goes down, and it's not like Xyon can like transfer these drones somewhere helpful easily. I think this is the beginning of the end for game number 2. 3 GGs.
And that is it. 2-0 in this series. Raza looking commanding, looking like he wants to go through 3-0 into that upper bracket semi-final. Is there any doubt that he's going to win game 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course there's doubt. Of
There's
course there's
doubt.
doubt.
There's some
StarCraft. Anyone can lose a game of StarCraft.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, you know, Xyon now might have been holding builds, might have been holding back.
Yeah,
He's going Super Saiyan. This is it.
This
you
is
know,
it.
tournament life on the line.
Reverse sweep.
I'm not saying reverse sweep, but you said...
You're saying reverse sweep. I'm hearing it. I'm hearing reverse sweep. We'll put it in now. £10 on the line.
I'm not
yeah, you're taking that bet.
I
right,
like I like Raza's
Just
spot.
do a handshake motion so it looks like you should.
I like Raza's spot. I like Raza's spot in the series. I think he's looking really strong. Just checking that Zion's ready to go, and we're going to get into game number 3 on Ultra Love. I think
get the sign out if we need
were.
To. Does it help? Will this help
What
Zion?
about this one? I think there's a good spot in the series, and Raza hasn't shown too much so far. So he's played like bread and butter. I mean, a little bit weird. BC is something, you know. He's played bread and butter, bio, good tank pushes. You know, crushes the Zerg, kind of. Pushes the Zerg and then pushes through and keeps going and kind of breaks the back and wins the game off the back of it. I really like, how Raza's going for this one. Maybe he goes something weird. He's been known to proxy rags.
I don't think he needs to. He could. It'd be fun. But it doesn't need.
It's aura.
It is aura. Is proxy raxing aura, or is that like giving your opponent respect? I feel like that's a sign of respect.
proxy raxing is cringe inherently.
Yeah.
Because it's like really good. the only like aura cheese is when it's bad cheese.
Hang on.
No, it's like
I thought it was going across the map. I got really excited for a minute.
It's not going to be. It's not today.
Never mind. Well, let's introduce the players anyway, starting in the bottom left.
Starting in the bottom left, playing in the blue, Tournament Life. No, not tournament life on the line, but like series life on the line.
Yeah, there's a lower bracket.
Then he'll go to
we
the
haven't
lower
explained,
end,
but this
yeah.
is a double elimination bracket. Codes, 8 players.
Yep.
4 go through, 4 go down to that lower bracket
Yeah.
and
All
fight for their
hope is
second
not
life.
lost. Absolutely. It's Xyon.
And in the top right-hand corner, 2-0 up in the series. Match point on the line here. It is Raza.
Absolutely right. It's going to be this 15-15 opening again for Xyon, so he's kind of running it back. I don't like this map. I think it's really bad for Zerg, and especially the way that Xyon's been playing, I don't like it. There's lots of chokes, so like the
very
Terran
narrow,
puts
yeah.
up here, and then there's lots of chokes. In the middle
Oh
of the
my God,
map,
look at
it's
that.
like you catch here, and it's like feels horrible.
I'll get the buff Zerg sign out again, Jesus.
Well, yeah, there's vetoes, there's picks and bans. You can just not play this map. But yeah, I don't like
You
it.
think
I mean, even
Zion
this
should have
thing
vetoed this?
is
Is
not
this
good.
one you would veto?
The problem is, I veto. I want to veto all of the maps.
Yeah, but
There's so
you
many
have
I don't
in
like.
a best of 5, you have to play 5 of them.
Yeah,
You do realise.
all 3 of them.
What about that map with three bases? I hear that one's
I
really
like that
good.
one. That's gambling.
Yeah,
I'd happily gamble. Like, eat any day.
It's a 1 in 3 chance that
Yeah.
you just win.
And if I get the bad spawn, I just leave.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
lost.
Well,
yeah.
I was going to lose anyway, so it's fine.
Exactly. So yeah, we'll see. Maybe Zion likes the map. You know, it's entirely possible that he actually.
It's very
pretty keen on
narrow,
this
isn't
one.
it? All of the chokes.
It's going to be the same as he did in game number 1. I think Raza was just too solid on that kind of early aggression play that he did in game number 1. So this is kind of mirroring what we did in game number 2.
Yep.
On the other hand, I think you could maybe go for what you did in game number 1, but like more aggro, and then maybe catch Raza off guard, because you know you go, oh, I've seen this before. I know what this is. I know how to hold it. It's like,
Yeah.
no, you don't. This is actually
Like
something completely
12
different.
ball or something.
Yeah, exactly. It's like way more aggro than you were expecting, and then from there you can get the win on the back of that. But it's not going to be in this game. There's going to be stand and macro once again. You know, maybe you'll do something interesting, mutas, or you know, a Hydra push, something just a little bit weird. Try and catch Raza where he's not comfortable. But so far, Raza's been looking pretty commanding in this game. But it's like we were saying at the start. It's like we pulled up the MMRs, and they're both like on MMR. They're kind of a good fit, but Raza actually
It's the LAN
kind of
experience.
showing
It's the LAN experience that we said
series
about, right?
experience. Yeah,
You're not playing at home when you're at LAN. You know, you're not at your comfy desk, your comfy setup. You're out of your comfort zone. You've got people standing behind you eating Cheetos. You've got someone on the other side of the desk slamming it constantly because they're losing a Counter-Strike match and screaming,
Happens.
you suck, the room for no reason whatsoever. So yeah, you just got to kind of acclimatise to all of that and get used to it. And Raza, this is his element.
Yeah, I think so. There's something to be said for that for sure. It's nice 3cc going down for Raza, trying to get a read. I guess Banshee again. Like, it's what he likes. Do you know what I mean? It's something you said for, like, I think people at around this level, like between 5k and like maybe low 6k. Nah, maybe not that high, but like 5. People get like really good at their one thing and they just do that, like day in, day out. And it's like where you hit loads of like, you hit really sweaty cringe mech players.
That guy that only
Sky
cannon
toss
rushes.
spam, cannon rush spam, and it's like, yeah, you're the one guy that just does this every game, and it's like, it's hard to break higher than that MMR because you just do that one thing every game. But that's still like a high MMR to kind of camp at.
Being like the best or the top tier at a certain thing sometimes is enough to carry on its own, though, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Whereas like this is Raza's comfort zone, and it's like he likes this opening. It makes him predictable in the series, but at the same time, if he gets there, then he's happy with it, and he just.
That's the thing.
You know,
unless Sion's going to show something different, Raza knows he doesn't need to. Speaking of which, so Raza's got the first Banshee on the way, got the cloak on the way. It'll be interesting to see this game how Zion deals with it, because he lost too many drones last time to that harass. These
it is
spores
different. There's no
have not gone down.
There's no roach warren or anything. It's straight into really fast lair. So
yeah, and then.
I feel like I called this. I said muters. I
did,
feel like I
did,
called this. I like it. I think it's something a bit weird, and especially on this map, because there's a ramp here. You park the queens in this like middle bit. Raza maybe never dives. He never gets to see that there isn't a roach warren here like there was in game number 1.
Is skipping the spores a problem when you've got cloak banshees coming across the map?
Shouldn't be now, because the spire even builds faster.
Yeah.
So it should be like muters are out by the time the Banshee gets across. But yeah, definitely there may be a window. I mean, the lair is done. He doesn't want to morph this into a Overseer, because Raza would see it and go like, oh, you got a lair already?
Yo, but what the hell?
He definitely can get detection in good time.
One thing he does want to do is make sure these Hellions can't run by into the main and scout it. Not that Raza would be likely to dive. Oh, good surround.
Good surround. It's just a little bit greedy on creep. That's really nice.
Nice.
There's so much like less map vision.
And we talked about last game the benefit of keeping those around, right? You can morph them into Hellbats later if you keep them alive. He kept like a hit squad of 6 alive for the whole game previously, and now he's lost them all.
Yeah, and like as the game goes on, you start to get into like that tank push that Raza really likes.
Yep.
He morphs them all into Hellbats, and they just tank a million Banelings, and that really does give him value in his later pushes.
Absolutely. So we see 8
Mooters on the way, and +1 Carapace. So this is an interesting kind of adaptation as well, is that you're saying, like, I'm going Carapace, so I am actually playing Linbane Muter. It's not like 8 Muters into Hydra, 8 Muters into Roaches, which is like, it's completely fine, it's doable as well. But in this game, I think he's going to commit pretty heavy to the Muters, and we'll see how Raza gets on.
Yep, and he popped down all the spores as well when he scouted the Banshees with the Lings that went across the map. So pretty safe and sound, good number of Queens at each base. We'll see if these Banshees get anything done.
Yeah, I mean, I never know what to do here, because it's like, well, I can kill those, but then you've seen the Muters. There we go. Well, he's seen them and hasn't killed them, so yeah, now you have to chase them down and kill them off. But it's like, you don't get any value out of the Banshees, but the Muters are revealed, so obviously turret's going to come through pretty quick. This guy's got Overseer speed, so he's just actually not going to catch them. Yeah, these need to go across the map.
Raza not taking any chances. 5 missile turrets are the choice of the day.
Yeah, so one in each mineral line,
bonus
and then
one in
some
the corner
to cover the production and stop your gas getting sniped. So this is why you need to go across, because like you hit before the turrets, you're in a really good spot. If you just like make Muters and then you keep them at home, you forced 5 turrets, but you've made, how many is it, 12? Yeah, 12 Muters. He's starting to get out of the Muters, so into like more Linbane heavy. I usually say that he starts another Muter up just to make me look like an idiot. He's going to get straight to this upgrade. Don't hate it. I honestly don't hate it.
Oh,
he doesn't get it. Yeah. But I mean, it's a big pull from Raza. I think he maybe could have just run straight past, just gone for workers, or even tried to get into the main. But not bad so far, and I don't think he lost any Muters for that. So yeah, not bad. Keeps him honest.
Yeah, for sure.
Bunker coming through. This is interesting for Raza, because there is a play here for Xyon, which is kind of the one he's going for, where you actually just commit, and you're like, I'm going to make a few Muters and then Bane Bust. And it's like, it's not standard, but it can catch people off guard, because they think you're going to commit heavy to like late game Mutaling Bane. And you're like, no, actually, I'm making 8 Muters, and I'm just going to make all my gas into Banelings and try and kill you with it.
There's 5 more Muters on the way. There's a bajillion more Lings on the way. There's going to be a bunch more Banelings too. This looks like he's going to go for it.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's just maybe not confident about getting into the kind of later game with this kind of army. So we do see he's not a bad work account, but he's not ramping up to like that 80, 90
He stopped droning quite a while ago now.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. He's going to commit again to another upgrade for the Muters as well. See, I always think, like, if I go Muters, I'm never going to get dropped, and then Terrans just do it anyway, and you're like, oh, you're a psycho. Like,
you're an absolute loony bin.
Yeah, but, you know, it does work. Picking up some Banes and Muters here. And
go Muters.
Kind of gets away. We'll see how long for. But it can be really annoying.
Out, right?
Yeah, when the P's run out, but then he drops, and he can like maybe get another Muter, so it's like, that's still quite annoying. Xyon mostly kind of sitting in this middle area of the map, like moving back and forth with the Mutaling Bane.
Yeah. Raza's answer to this is going to be Thors, of course. There are 1 out on the map, another 1 on the way.
Yeah, and then tunneling claws for a bunch of Widowmines as well, which are obviously super strong against the Muters, which clump up and take a lot of damage. Xyon is going to go for it. This is the bust. This is a bunch of Banes on the way, a bunch of Lings, so he's going to come from here, roll the Banelings as deep as he can get them, and hope for the best. Let's see how it goes.
Here we go. The big attack coming in. Lings splashing on the bottom right side. Banelings coming up from the top left. Muters hitting all the Marines. Going to see what they can get done.
Yeah, not bad so far. Raza doing a little bit of pickup micro, especially on this Thor as well, which is cute. But this is good for Xyon. A lot going down so far, but maybe not enough. The Muter's getting split and aggroed into turrets. Another Thor popping is bad timing for Xyon. Needs to magic box these. Big repair coming through. The Thor barely saved.
Oh, the pickup micro is looking really good. Will the medevac go down? Is he going to keep it alive for the time being?
No, it's gone. Okay, well, you know, buys him more time, more mines coming through. I think this is just Ling. You just flood Lings, try and break the back of the Terran. +1 armor going down is good for Raza, like it's just barely finishing in time. But on the other hand, it's like we're kind of scrambling. There's a lot of units coming out. A lot of Lings are going to start to get into mineral lines, and we're camping on top of the production. Yeah. Not bad for Xyon. I think we don't have a sweep on our hands
No,
that makes me a bit happy.
It's looking good. 20 more lings on the way. 20 more lings. Just keep flooding those lings in. The barrier has been raised at the ramp, so they're not going to be able to get into the main for the time being, but there's good damage being done at the third.
Yeah, I mean, Raza doing a really good job now of clearing up a lot of the mutors.
He needs to get on the production. All the lings are stuck outside attacking the third, but the production is still going.
Yeah, and we're losing the mutors in the main for, like, not much value. I mean, clearing up the third is good. Actually, Raza raising the ramp, but I think he has enough Marines here now.
Yeah, he's going to hold.
Like, it's good. He's up a bunch of workers. Shame we didn't get this base. It's going to clear a bunch of supply depots. This factory is going to burn. But, like, he cost him a lot there. 28 mutors. That's so much gas going down.
And Xyon's going to try and macro out of this. He's actually going to expand. Going to try and solidify his lead. He's droning again. Feels like he did enough damage. As you said, he's got an eco lead. He needs to kind of solidify that now into a win.
He doesn't have an eco lead.
Well, he had an eco lead until 24 mules.
So funny. Just look at the income from Raza. It's like, yeah, okay, yeah,
yeah,
why not?
It's 3 base versus 5, but I've got, 1.5 times mineral lead.
Yeah, why not? And he's going to mine this out quicker, and he basically, it's because he lifted this and wasn't using the mules. He didn't have anyone to put them, so as soon as it lands, he can kind of ramp back up again. And
you know what Raza is
his income
doing?
Isn't bad.
Building SCVs.
No, but well, he's got mules. Who needs them?
Exactly.
Who needs them?
He did get an extra base up, to be
fair.
And
he's going to start mining out of these first 2 bases, so you're just going to put those workers here.
It's a planetary as well.
Yeah, I mean, a good choice in this case for clearing up the Ling and Bane that's going to try and like run by there inevitably eventually. I honestly thought that looked really good for Xyon. I think the mistake was not busting this down.
Yes.
Because if you bust this down, then you can keep getting on top of the production like forever.
Exactly what you said. Like, he had the mutors in the main, and that was it. And the problem is the production is just producing Marines. And eventually, enough Marines kill those mutors. He needed the Lings and the Banelings on top of the production, killing it as it came out, destroying the buildings, and then it would have been just GG at that point.
But you're absolutely right. It's like the mutors alone can't fight, but as soon as there's any Lings there, the Marines start shooting the Lings, and now your mutors stay alive for longer, and you just get more value.
Yeah.
For Xyon, I like the Hydras. I would have liked them earlier. And I think he maybe could have snuck through and had them ready. Because you can imagine, like, if we hit now, when the the army hasn't really built back up, the eco isn't very good for Raza, with a bunch of Hydraling Bane, maybe it's maybe that's game over. Look how mined out this got from all of those mules. It's like already down. It's mined out quicker than his natural has.
That's crazy.
He's doing fine. Like saturation wise, he just transfers them here, and it's looking pretty good. Xyon though maxed out pretty swiftly, not bad.
Yep, no, it's looking good for Xyon. Hasn't got much of a bank, so he's not going to be able to replace this and do kind of an endless flood until the game just ends. But he is looking in a good place, best place he's been this far this series.
Yeah, it's nice to see. He's going to attack up here into the planetary, which I don't love. Actually, he's trying to drag Raza out of position and catch the army on the transfer. Ooh. That's really nice. Baneling hits, not great so far. And at the moment, he's trapped in this choke. Nice play from Raza.
Now there's nothing to protect these Hydras, and they're super squishy. The Marines are going to just stim and kind of go on top of them.
Yeah, these are Hydras with the speed upgrade as well. They're just that slow. Bad as well, like kind of getting trapped in these chokes and what have you. But Raza obviously
basically took nothing from the Banelings, right? He killed every single Baneling before they even really made contact with the bio.
It's really impressive when you can you're like, okay, force a fight here. No, I run back, and then I force a fight in a different choke. And he just always picks and chooses
when he takes his fight.
It's a real skill to be able to eyeball a fight and be like, no, this is good for me. Because there's a pointless terrain where they just stop splitting and stutter step, and they just no, I win, and then they win.
Yeah,
it's going to be Lurks behind this for Xyon, so all is not lost. But obviously, he's not coming from the strongest eco. If he was up at 80, 90 workers, had this base and this base, let's say, then I think Raza's in real trouble. But at the moment, I don't know, maybe there's a timing, maybe there's a window. It's not like Raza has a huge eco advantage or anything. They're pretty much basically even eco-wise, but it would be nice to see Xyon just leveraging a bit more of an advantage and hitting either a really protracted late game that he eventually wins or a really high power spike that he can bust through, but so far not busting through.
And Raza trying to do what he does best, split drops across the map, one on the bottom side of the map, killing creep tumors, being annoying. Meanwhile, 2 more medevacs going up on the top side of the map have been scouted by Xyon, however, in this case. Yeah,
it just buys you that little bit of time, like we were saying. Xyon is going to run in with a bunch of Lings. This wall is, it looks bad, but it's going to do a lot.
It's kind of really annoying. He just kind of splats the buildings down randomly, and it's just awful for Zerg.
Yeah, it just messes with your pathing so bad. Super annoying on Ultras and what have you as well. Does get Lurkers in position, but like we said, this base is kind of mined out. Raza, I think, could be okay losing it. He is actually fighting in Lurker range. That's really bad. These Lurkers, if they had, Lings here to help, would be even better value, but as it is, trading really nicely. The supplies are looking close, though. There's 13 drones going down is why. I think it's a drop somewhere. Actually killed the base as well.
Oof, lost the whole base.
Yeah, that's really bad. And, you know, on the other side, losing a lot of lurkers. Yeah, 5 going down so far. It's just not what Xyon would have wanted.
Yeah, so the thing is, he didn't have his Hydras with him, so now the Liberators are causing problems as well because he's got nothing else that can shoot up at the moment. This drop is probably going to die.
Yeah, just barely. Like, I'm not trying to flame, but he did F2 and like pull everything back, which meant that the lurkers were like basically undefended. And obviously, when you have more units on top of them, it's just so much better for you. Still not a bad fight for Xyon so far.
It's good. The Hydras took down the Liberators, and now they're getting on top of the army. Going to clean up most of the bio here, I think.
So many Hydras. He kept these alive for so long, and I think they're finally going to start to come into their own. With Lings coming across, this tank, you know, doing what it can, but a lot of the kind of complexity of Raza's army is gone, and I think that's it.
Is this going to be the push? Is this going to be the push that does it? It looks like he's getting on top, and GG is called. Xyon does get back into this series. We're not going to see a sweep. I did say, what will it take to not see a sweep? And it was that.
Yeah.
That was what we needed.
Is there any chance that Raza loses this one?
Yeah.
100%.
100% chance. Yeah. Who would have known? You can't beat 100%.
Yeah, this is absolutely true. And that's why I always steal.
So the reverse sweep is now on. Your £10 is safe.
Yeah, wait, what?
It was £10 of food barn vouchers.
Oh, hell yeah, I'll take those. Yeah. I love the barn.
Oh, we love the barn here at Epic Land. Just like we love our sponsors, Intel, Overclockers, Noble Chairs, all of that good stuff, providing us with great gear here and letting us watch these awesome games of Starcraft 2 at Epic Land 46.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're typing away. I'll do the
I'll explain. Xyon says, someone's game controller keeps trying to connect to my PC. So you just imagine he's like playing the fight and it says like
Bluetooth controller wants to
connect. Connecting.
I think I'd slap someone.
You can pause if you need it in game. No worries.
Big man, big boss, boss man.
Xyon says ready, so hopefully the whoever's PlayStation controller is trying to ping.
Whoever's trolling Xyon, please stop.
Yeah, annoying one. Just checking. Raza already said ready, so we're going to get going on Tokamak for game number 4. We're not ending this one. It's not a sweep.
Not a sweep.
Xyon likes the map.
Could be a reverse sweep.
Xyon did like the map, and he played it well. I really liked it. I think it was something different, getting away from those roaches that Raza seemed really confident playing against. And we saw the muters, which maybe should have been game ending. We kind of called that one. It was like, actually, this looks like Raza gone, but you know, he's just so tenacious, just stays in as long as he needs to, and actually looked pretty decent for doing so. But you know, Xyon ultimately taking it in the end. I really liked the Hydras. I really liked the lurker ideas. Not as clean as it could have been. You know, there's little optimization we can do, but taking the dub in the end.
That's the important thing.
Spawning the bottom.
Top bottom.
It's the top of the bottom left
top of the bottom left.
Tokamak LE playing in the green. I think he changed colours, and
he has changed colours. That is illegal.
Twitch chat and be like,
that is illegal.
Change colours. It's Xyon.
Maybe the Bluetooth controller did it.
Yeah, he was dealing with psychic damage at the time.
Well, he was blue before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why he had to change off of blue so that the Bluetooth couldn't connect anymore.
Oh, that makes sense.
But Raza never changes colour. Raza always red, always a dragon, up in the top right-hand corner of this map. Here's Raza.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see kind of how he develops in this game. I bet he's thinking, I should have proxied 2 racks.
He's still got time. Still got a map advantage.
Yeah, but now he's only at 1, whereas before it's like...
He had double match point before, or triple. I forget how you count them. Match points are confusing to me. I never understood it. All I know is he's got a life in his back pocket right now, on top of his second life in the whole tournament.
Perfect time to proxy racks.
Or... Yep.
Do you proxy racks when you're like, this is it, it's make or break? And then, because it's like, no one would do that. You'd be crazy to do it. And that's why you do it.
You know who would do that? Raza's favourite player?
Mari would do it.
Mari would do it.
Mari would do it.
Mari would do it. In game 5, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely right. So Xyon actually went for the same opening once again. So he's clearly, you know, got maybe a reputation as kind of a cheesy, more aggressive player. We know he played some like really aggro builds yesterday. And then in this series, kind of showing that off at the start and being like, yeah, I'm really aggro. You should be really worried about what I'm going to play. And then just going like, I'm going to play macro.
Yeah, for sure. Raza's scout going to get across the map at its usual time. Going to move on into the natural in just a moment. And then what's he going to see? Nothing too much. Creep, goes home.
It's quite funny, isn't it? You just go like, yeah, that would do.
That's a base.
That's a base. Like, you wouldn't have not.
Has anyone ever trolled, like, Overlord pooped?
Or, like...
in the right position, would it work?
Put a hatch there and then cancel it. So
there's a little bit
that
of creep
one pixel of creep,
yeah.
and they're like,
oh,
yeah,
yeah,
sure.
that's a base, that's a base.
Yeah. No, I don't think that's. I don't think that's a thing.
Doesn't sound like good value to me.
Because obviously, when the Reaper arrives and it's like, oh, there's not a base here.
It doesn't really change that much.
Yeah. Xyon greeding actually. His queen's a little bit late.
Lost one.
Yeah,
that's quite nice.
It's mostly, I think, because I think you can't do this. Like, you're not allowed to put the drones here yet. You need to wait for the queen to pop. Because it was this 15-15 opening, so you don't make any lings with it. But that means you're relying on your queens 100% for the defense. So these needed to stay in the main until the queen is out. And then once the queen is out, you can't dive. But yeah, all good, all good. Not much going. Not bad start for Raza picking up a little drone, but it's not like that's going to snowball in the in the game.
But it gets in your opponent's head. That's the important thing.
Yeah,
Starcraft
sure.
is a mental game, right? You got to be confident.
Yeah,
but believe in yourself.
There was also a point where Raza was Elazer was playing like this, and then he'd lose like a bunch of workers, and he's like, no, it's fine, because I played super eco early. I can just lose all the workers, and then it's like I'm not bothered. Do you know what I mean? It's like if Jeff Bezos loses his wallet, he's like, oh, whatever. I'm fine. He's probably not. He's probably also pretty annoyed. That's like one of the more annoying things. I feel like there's still some sort of
opportunity. Yeah, you can't.
It's like all his cards in. He's like, oh, they're going to use my contact list.
Yeah, I'm going to have to, like, I don't know, order a new driving license. Like, what the hell?
Oh, that would be well annoying. Yeah.
I don't want to
I've got to renew mine next year.
New picture?
Oh, yeah, new year, new me.
New year, new you.
Yeah. I'm going to get a face tattoo just ready for it. So
these libs are pretty early, aren't they?
Yeah, it's a slight like kind of deviation because it's normally Banshee.
Yes, that was it.
Going normally Banshee opening, or he did that one BC opening, whereas now it's straight into a lib. It doesn't telegraph too much, I think. Like typically, if it's a Viking first, it telegraphs them going into like BC later.
Yeah.
But in this case, I think it's. I don't know what it means. That's what I'm saying. I think it's fine.
You know what? We're going to find out what it means, and it could mean the end of this series.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's a nice little deviation from what he has been doing, which, like, once you've done it 3 games in a row, your opponent's like, okay, I know what he does. He does this into this into this. And it's like, if actually you do A into B into Z, it's like, okay, actually, that is something different, and it could catch him out. Xyon is actually going to go for the Spire once again.
Ooh, he liked what he saw last game. He thought it worked.
It did work. It did work for sure, and it's like, you know, if I've been playing Roaches a bunch and it's not been working, I'm not going to go back to the Roaches, which haven't been working.
How are Liberators against Mutas these days?
Not great.
No.
And, like, Libs are a bit expensive. In high numbers in late game, obviously, like, Libs do fine, but, yeah, it's not what you want. I do think, though, with this position, it's quite likely that the Lib sees it, because it'll kind of skirt around this way, and then it's possible that the Lib does see it.
Spore Crawler is down, but not going to have the range, unfortunately, to stop this Liberator peppering the mineral line.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those things we're talking about as the Hellions poke the front.
This is a slow reaction. He's lost 6. Jesus.
And he's kind of out of position with these Hellions. The Lings are in a good spot, so he should be able to wrap around. Kind of bad for Raza there. Does take a bit of a shelling from these queens. Yeah, so, like, if you put the Spore here, this is, like, the anti-Banshee positioning. And if you put it in the back of the mineral, it's like the anti-lib. So, like, because he was used to playing against Banshees, he put it in the middle.
Yep.
And then a lib shows up and it's in the back. So it's like little things like that can actually get quite a lot of damage, like we've seen. Hellions are being super annoying, and he made quite a few. So more drones are going to go down, all said and done.
Oh, that's a huge barbecue. 6 more drones do go down here. These Hellions are probably going to die for the cause, but it was well worth it.
I mean, just trading so efficiently, and we can check as soon as these get cleaned up.
One of them's going to get away.
And left a Ling on, like, no health. All things said and done, yeah, 14 workers is so
14
many.
14 is insane. The Liberator did die, but I don't think he cares at this point.
I think it saw this, just barely, did it? Yeah.
I saw it morphing.
Yeah, so maybe he knows.
He knows the Mutas are on the way, and we'll see how he handles that going forwards with what seems like a pretty good worker lead at this point.
Yeah, he maybe doesn't know. He's not got any turrets down or anything just yet. So Xyon is going to stream straight across. He obviously knows he's in a bad spot, so he's like, my best bet is to go, like...
hit before the turrets are done.
Exactly, like, get everything across the map. He doesn't have many mutas because he lost so much. Actually, he's going even faster Hydras than before. I like this.
Maybe he just wants the Lurkers, like, as soon as possible? Or
I think it's more likely to be a Hydra timing, because he's doing it off of such a low worker count that, like, you can't really... get to the Lurkers, probably, but, like, showing mutas and then just hard switching out of them and then going for a Hydra push might be really good, because in this case, kind of, I said it last game, I feel like making just a few and then doing something completely wacky forces turrets out, like, and when you make 12 mutas, 5 turrets is not enough. When you make 6 mutas, 5 turrets is actually not too bad, as well as, you know, picking up a few drops, giving you some anti-air, being a little bit annoying and maybe sniping a few workers, you know, they've paid for themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. Ooh,
Macro hatch.
macro hatch. We love a macro hatch.
Yeah. I think maybe this might be an adaptation if he thought he wasn't spending his money well enough in the game before, and wants to kind of keep his Ling Bane count quite healthy. I quite like it. I like the Hydra coming through. Burrow is interesting. Don't know what that's for. Could be Burrow Banes. Because it does, to me, look like he's going for kind of another Bane bust type thing.
When he got Burrow last time, we didn't really see it.
Yeah, he maybe didn't use it, yeah.
I can't
always do
remember.
that.
I mean, maybe he used it to heal stuff, right? They heal quicker Burrowed, so...
Yeah, some things. Yeah, roaches.
But he didn't have roaches, so I haven't got a clue what he's been using Burrow for. We'll figure that one out as this game goes on. But it looks like, as you said, that Hydra Bane combo is going to be the order of the day here.
One muter getting sniped so far. I mean, it's not great. You want to keep them alive. They are utility. Raza doing a good job of splitting up. He's going to be able to catch a few on the way out as well.
Really not getting the damage done here that I think he wants to do.
Literally one worker went down, I think, and now... Oh, but never mind, Raza. Right as the muters leave, he pulls this drop away, so he's going to head across instead. Maybe he does catch these, actually. Maybe that's what he's doing. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, this now is not enough muters to, like, fight a stemmed drop, so, like, it gets a bit annoying to deal with the, like, drop spam that Raza has been showing us so far in the series. I think this is it for Xyon. This is going to be the start of kind of a big push coming through.
And Xyon's going to be supply blocked for a little bit here. There was an overload on the other side of the map that went down.
Yeah. It's a nice scan from Raza. He does see the Hydra Den, so he knows that, like, he's like, that's not many muters. Are you actually committing to this? Are you actually, like, a mutaling Bane player? It's a lot of Lings, but then he's going back into droning.
Yeah, then he went back into drones. I thought he was just going to hold down the Z key for a second, and then he made 5 drones, so now I'm just confused.
He maybe went at the front and was like, oh, never mind, this is Fort Knox, and it's like,
yeah, we're not getting in, are we, boys?
It's a tricky map for it. Like, you kind of do have to play the map in this case, and it's like, supply depot wall, bunch of rocks, and then like another choke here. It's like, basically he's probably safe on 4 bases. Now I think we drone hard. Like, the standing army is fine. Like, it's good to keep a lot of units around to keep us safe as the game progresses, but now drone hard up to 80, 85, like 90, hive tech, lurkers, and then infestors. Ooh,
we've seen it. Wait, oh, that's so frustrating.
Maybe Raza saw it too.
Oh, they would have all died. They would have all big died.
Yeah, it might still. It might be a.
We'll get them next time.
Might be an opportunity up here.
We'll get them next time.
Especially if he forces them back into it. Oh,
now.
Not anymore.
He might take this fight anyway. The Banelings are crashing in, mostly hitting the tanks, which is not what you want. The Hydras are going to have to pull back because they are going to get melted by this bio if they're not careful.
Not a bad fight for Raza at all as he starts to push through. They have more Banes morphing, which is kind of the most important thing right now. This could be good.
Alright, we'll let those go. We'll just pretend they don't exist. And we'll move on with the rest of the match.
No, I'm going to hyperfixate and only look at these for the rest of the game.
Just zoom in.
All that anyone
zoom
cares
in as
about.
much as you can on those guys.
It's just like a breaking news story of the day.
Yeah.
Everyone's obsessed with it, but nothing's going to happen.
Raza's got a nice little split here. Going to be able to cancel that 5th base from going down.
Yeah, really irritating for Xyon. Like we were saying on the other side of the map, Raza's safe on 4, like not much Xyon can do.
He did not cancel it.
Oh, oops. Raza, on the other hand, is really going to start abusing Xyon. This is not the fight that he wanted. This is so rough. There's just more Marines than he can deal with. And Hydra's off creep, Bane's off creep. I think he might have misclicked and like sent these units here accidentally, but I do think that's it.
That
a bad end. A bad end.
It's such a shame after Game 3, which was an absolute banger for Xyon, looking really promising, but then just falling apart a little bit as it got a bit heated in Game number 4. GG's to Raza, going on ahead into the upper bracket semi-final, and likely a match that will follow through the rest of today, seeing Raza's run potentially next
if we could get the group little graphic up with the fancy animations. Have you seen the new animations?
I have not seen the new animations.
So swish. But yeah, I think ultimately, not super surprised.
Yeah, this is a professional stream. So we've had Zane 3-0ing Dane. No surprise there. Zane, our #1 seed, playing the lowest rated player in the upper bracket, as he earned. And then Molten Wiseman, which was obviously on stream just before this one, which was an absolute cracking game.
Yep.
But it looks like Hydra AC results have not quite yet been reported.
Yeah, I expect they're still playing those. Like we just saw, Raza Xyon 3-1. Not a sweep, so, tricky for Xyon.
Yep.
Don't go out empty-handed.
No,
not
he went down
3-0.
swinging. You know, he made a good account of himself, and he's not out of the tournament, right? He's going to go down to that lower bracket and be able to fight his way back.
So he is, he'll be taking one of those spots down in the lower. So it would be Dane Moulton, which is a rematch of some maps that were played yesterday.
Yeah, they
don't
were on
know who won
stream. I think I cast that one.
Oh, who won?
Dane took a map off Moulton,
Okay.
which was pretty good. Actually, map 1 looked like he was going to win that series, but Moulton then won the next 2 to reverse sweep it out. So,
do you know if it's best of 3 or best of 5 lower bracket?
It should be best of 5, but that
Okay,
may
cool.
change depending on time.
Yeah,
We'll just have to kind of play it by ear, because the important thing is we have a stage final that's going to be on Epic, a different stream. It's going to be on twitch.tv/epiclan at 9 p.m. today. So do make sure you tune in for that to see who's going to be the winner of EPIC46's Starcraft 2 bracket. But
Xyon falling down to the lower. We're expecting Hydra to beat AC.
we're
No
expecting
Flame, just what we're expecting.
Yeah, in terms of seeding,
So
Hydra
it's
is the
probably
favourite in that
a ZBZ
match.
down there.
You know, Hydra's our number 2 seed, so yeah, we're looking at a potential Hydra v Raza match as well in the upper bracket. So what we're probably going to do now is throw to a short break while we prepare the first of the upper bracket semi-finals, and then that'll be back here in just a moment on Epic Land.
Are we
stream.
doing both of these top ones?
No, we're just going to do one of them. They're going to run
Okay.
concurrently. So we'll only be looking at one of the 2 on this stream.
Okay, cool. Production, there's backstage, people running around. It's all very exciting.
Yeah.
Whispers. Do you know what I mean? Where they like come in and say something. It's like
So much drama
oh
going
man,
on.
The
yeah.
server's melted again. Like, who knows what's happening? So, yeah, that would be great. Okay,
Cool.
yeah. Production is saying we're actually going to try and fit both of those in. Yeah, I think we've got time. It's
Well-
2 p.m. Our stage slot. We need to be ready about 8.
Yep.
So
That's 6 hours.
there you go.
Lots of games going to be here on this stream. So thank you everyone for watching. We'll throw to a short ad break, and we'll be back with more StarCraft 2 action in just a tick.
Don't go anywhere. Or not.